Hey everyone, welcome back to Beyond the Lesson Plans with Laura and Aaron. It is officially June. The weather is warming up. Traditional schools are locking their doors. Neighborhood kids are everywhere. And if you are a homeschooler, you might be feeling that sudden familiar pressure. Do you keep pushing through your curriculum? Do you pivot to hands on outdoor learning? Or do you just shut the books completely and embrace the chaos of summer? Today, talking all about navigating the summer shift. We will unpack how to balance rest with routine, how to handle the inevitable homeschool guilt, and how to reset your routine without losing your mind. Grab your coffee. Let's dive in. So, as you were doing the introduction, I was reminded about how, as homeschoolers, we really lose so many things. Like we lost our privacy of our parks and the privacy of the library and the grocery stores.
That's
Yes,
funny.
everything picks up.
Yeah.
Everything gets busy, and we all kind of like look forward to August when they go back. It's like, oh, great, we got our park back. We look forward to other kids going back, not ours. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Aw. So you were on a very strict traditional school calendar follower, right?
Yes.
Because we were running with OSTC
Okay.
and it just didn't make sense to have to. We looked forward to the break. We always did. So before the kids were at OSTC and they were still like in elementary and middle school, were you guys still a real strict, like we're doing the
Yes.
traditional calendar? We would start after Labor Day and we would be done Memorial Day.
Okay.
We squeezed it in. Did you do any kind of schooling at all? Like I think we did learning activities. I wouldn't call it schooling, but like we did a lot of different activities all summer. So I feel like they still learned things, but not necessarily. It was just like, well, if they get learning in, great. If not, we're on summer break. Right.
Okay.
Right. And I'll go into some of the things that we did, as we go through. But yeah, it was much more hands off and much more free time.
Okay.
'Cause I am a scheduled person. But you, on the other hand, were the year-round schooler.
Yeah.
So you just always kept plodding along.
Yep. Yep.
We never really had, I mean, there was some transition. I feel like even as, a year-round schooler, you have kind of a different mental shift at Christmas and at the summer.
Mhm.
So those are kind of like reset times. But yeah, you are always just kinda trudging through. So define a reset. What do you think?
Oh,
What do you see or do during a reset? So uh, as a year-round schooler, we may have kind of paused on the regular curriculum and then maybe done like a unit study. Or if we were gonna be leaving town, we would try to find things to do educationally in that area.
mhm.
Stuff like that. So,
Okay.
and then resetting also is like looking at, okay, what do we want to do for the next year coming up? Because we might finish something in the summer or we might finish something in the winter, like they're cursive, right? So we're just buying that kind of stuff as the year goes on. It's not like I had to do a big purchase,
Right.
in summertime to prepare for the fall. So you didn't have your budget set aside and by
Mm-mm.
August you needed to
Yep.
have that budget so you could
No.
buy all new
No, we
curriculum.
never budgeted.
I didn't start budgeting till just, like, a couple months ago. And that's only because the groceries are ridiculous and gas
I
is
guess.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
That is too funny. So when you guys, when did you start kinda going through your stuff then at the end of the year? Like, did you take a total vacation? Like, "I'm just taking 2 weeks off, I'm not even gonna look at the school stuff?"
Mm,
I felt like we did a lot of spring cleaning
okay.
to kind of just clear it all out and get it. But I can't remember if we did that in the spring or if we did that before we started in
Oh, okay.
August. So we might have just abandoned the books for a few weeks and then kind of like, okay, we need to at least go through the shelf and see, you know, how many notebooks we can pitch, how many
Mhm.
books we need to put away, um, if those books are going to be used for the next kid, all of that kind of stuff. But I felt like that was maybe done in the spring. Oh, okay. As we finish, we're just going to put it away, But we definitely did have a clean out time.
Mhm.
Like, okay, let's get all this put away. We don't want to think about it for a few weeks. And, you know, we just just kinda said, "See ya."
Did you ever make, like, little portfolios for your kids?
No, no, I didn't either. I kept more like co-op projects
Okay.
because that's where we kinda did our art and we did I feel like I have more co-op stuff than I have of our own projects.
Yeah.
Um, they would go through their planner every year and clean everything out, and we'd print new pages of that and everything, but it wasn't like "Oh, we have a bin for every year." No, we didn't have that space. I
Mhm.
take a picture, put it in the album. I don't know.
Put it in the cloud.
Yeah. I mean, I did the tree ring custom pages, so
Yeah.
maybe some of their projects got put in
Yes.
those, but that was kind of our family scrapbook. We didn't really hang on to too much because we just didn't have the space for it.
Yeah.
But did you?
No, I didn't really. I mean, there's a few things that I still have, but, like you said, a lot of co-op projects, a lot of, like, the woodworking things that the
Yeah.
kids did with Bob and,
Uh-huh.
the paintings and stuff like that, but no, I really didn't. Like I said, maybe a few things here and there.
Were you ever a scrapbooker?
I well, what's funny is,
Because it was very in when our kids were little, this to like every day, "Oh."
I did have a lot of I still have them, scrapbook supplies, but I only made, like, a few page
Oh,
type things. But that tree ring custom page thing, I kind of discovered that only the last couple years
yeah.
homeschooling, and that was I wish I could keep doing that.
You can go back.
Yeah. I could and reorder the
Yeah.
books.
Yeah. With your custom pages.
Yes.
So, did your kids what did they do in the summer? If so, what would their typical day look like? That
So it looked a lot like a regular school day. We would just keep trucking through. Like I said, we might transition into some unit studies or we might transition into there's a lot of vacations. We spent a lot of time up north. So we would just pack some stuff up with us and just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that on a lot of vacations too, if they were throughout the school year, because we like to vacation when nobody's at those
Yeah.
places. And so we would go in September and or October and
Hmm.
go to some of the places, and we would be like, "Hey, while we're in the car for 12 hours, why don't you do this?" And kept them busy.
Yeah. That's when you get like the books on tape and the history, the mystery of history, and you
Yeah,
listen to it.
yeah. So what would you tell a mom who's in total burnout at this time of year?
Just pack your stuff away. You don't even have to pack it up. You can just leave it on the table for 2 months.
Leave it on the table.
If you're in total burnout, you just close your stuff and you just take a little break.
Mm.
And then don't, just you need to take a break. It's okay. It's okay to do that.
And what would you tell them to do during that break?
Um,
Other than shutting the books?
mm, I, if you need a break from school, just do things around the house projects that you've wanted to do, like something other than educational school, prep, research, just
Mhm.
give yourself some time. That's all.
Just take a break.
Yeah.
Take a break. Okay.
When you were, like, starting to transition back into getting your stuff ready, did you ever ask the kids, like, "What do you guys wanna learn this year?" Or did you already know, like, "We're doing mystery of history, we're doing this science curriculum?"
A lot of times that I already kind of had stuff planned,
Okay.
um, but we didn't always do Mystery of History, but I don't think we did that till about Bobby was in high school. We did a lot of Abeka in their early years, and it was not very forgiving, like, it was what it was,
Okay.
and so you ended up doing what the next thing was. It wasn't there wasn't a lot of leaving the curriculum. I know Levi as he was kind of the one that got all the freedom because we left Abeka and a lot of the subjects and did a lot more, "Hey, what do you wanna learn?" kind
Okay.
of things,
Yeah.
but with Bobby, it was very, "Hey, these are your 3 sheets, do them. Let's check them. You're done,"
Okay.
kinda
Okay.
thing, but, um, Levi, we had a lot more freedom. I remember printing off, "Hey, which animal do you wanna learn about? I have this, and you have these choices of these 15 ocean animals. Which one do you want to research and which one do you want to do?" And so I remember him doing a whole little thing on a pufferfish. And
Okay.
um, I remember him doing a lot of just different activities. But yeah, his was a much more child led learning
Okay.
versus Bobby's. I think it just you kind of evolve over the years, and with an 8-year span between the 2 of them, you're kind of just like, "Okay, I need to give something to you
Yeah.
while I'm doing this with them," and it just you need a little bit more
Yeah.
flexibility, and he just absorbed everything that the other kids so he was so easy to school compared to some of the others just because he absorbed everything for
Yeah.
all those years. He was always just right there.
Yeah.
So, he just was much easier going and just much easier to school because he was so inundated with school.
Okay.
Like, he just never knew anything different but doing school with the older siblings. So, he just it was just easy with him.
Okay.
But did you talk to the kids all summer or, "Hey, let's what do you wanna do when we go back?"
Yeah.
But you weren't really going back, so you
Right.
were just continuing.
Yeah.
But did you feel like there was ever an end to your school year and you picked up new books? Like, I know one family that schooled year-round, but their new year kinda started in January
Mhm.
instead of August,
Okay.
and so they transitioned from, 6th grade material to 7th grade material in January versus
Yeah.
just so did you just keep going with, say, you're doing math for 6th grade, did you just keep doing it until you were done no matter when, but maybe your English didn't transition at the same time as your math?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that we would work like that, and then I would say, like, when we were because we would take, like, the whole year to do a curriculum,
Mhm.
we were kind of starting a lot of new stuff in September, so, like, the
Okay.
new My Father's World would come in, you
Okay.
know, and
Okay.
did have to transition into separating out the worksheets and going through and cleaning out the old stuff, so there was a transition, but I just think it's the mindset of just, we're just gonna keep going,
Okay.
so there's not the is it the regression? What is the technical word that they call that when the kids, like, they lose the do you know what I'm talking about? Retention?
Summer slide,
Okay.
summer slump, I don't summer setback.
Those are all great words.
Yeah, yeah, those are all good options, but, um, so being a year-round schooler, you didn't have a lot of summer slide, so to
Mm,
speak.
mm-mm.
But I don't feel like we really did that much, because they always put 170 lessons or 140 lessons. So one way that we kind of opted is if they could take that first test and pass that first test, then we didn't do all those review lessons.
Mhm.
So we might skip 20 lessons just because they remembered enough
Yeah.
from the before that. So that was one thing that we kind of kept our skills up and found that we didn't have a ton of learning loss.
Okay.
Um, but we did do a lot of things to over the summer that we just maybe felt like learning, but
Yes,
wasn't
the
learning.
Via Becca curriculum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly. So we might, do a game with math facts. Playing games is a great way to
Mhm.
learn, but also keep those math facts fresh. So maybe on a rainy day, we'd pull out a game and play a game, or um, we made up a lot of games, trampoline games. Hey, sprinkler. Let's put the sprinkler under the trampoline and play on it. So we might do a lot of that. I had some kids that were journal keepers and others that weren't. But that's always a great way to keep their writing fresh too, is encourage them to keep a summer journal of what
Mhm.
they're doing every day. Um, we would do a lot of cooking. We did a lot of jelly, freezer jam
Okay.
making, so berry picking,
Mhm.
all of that kind of stuff where it was they're still learning. They're still learning how to feed their family someday and learning all of these different um, long-term life skills, but it wasn't, "Hey, sit down and let's get out the books." It was more fluid.
Okay.
Um, we did a lot of festivals too. Did you guys go to a lot of festivals? Like, I remember my mother-in-law took my kids to a Civil War reenactment or several Civil War reenactments. So they learned a lot about the Civil War during that. She's was heavily involved in DAR, which is Daughters of the American Revolution. She's done a ton of genealogy to go back. to figure out who came off the Mayflower flower and
Oh,
all these crazy
did
things.
she know that the Brewsters did?
I don't know. I can ask her. I might give her a whole new family to trail down. I think she's exhausted ours. So, um, but with her being in that, she knew a lot of festivals that were historic. So we would go to those, or we would visit like the Waterford Historical
Mhm.
Society here in the area on a Wednesday. All those little buildings were open. It was like a little village, Greenfield Village. Go and watch the blacksmiths or the glass blowers or anything like that. But did you guys make a point to go to those?
No, because there's usually people.
I forgot about that.
No, I mean, yeah, we did do that kinda stuff. Like, I know, Milford Memories has, the Civil War reenactment stuff, so we would go see that um no, but not really because we were doing that kinda stuff through the year too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, whenever we could hit something like that, we would take the time. But, um, so what special things did you guys do in the summer?
um, we didn't do anything special.
I feel like I'm being put on a spot because I really don't know if we did anything special. You came to park days. Yeah, we did do that.
No, I mean, it really we did not treat the summer like it was a special thing where we had to, like, pack a lot of stuff in, honestly. I mean, truthfully.
Okay.
That may sound boring to some people, and then that's when year-round schooling just isn't gonna be your jam.
That's how you know. Um, I do to go back on your question about someone who is just exhausted for the school year and they
Mhm,
don't wanna even look at a book anymore. If you still want your kids to be in the learning kinda mode, a good thing to do would be to get them, like, set up with, like, one of those outschooling classes,
mhm.
any kinda online little class that they could take, those Minecraft classes that we had talked about in other episodes, like, those are fun things, and then that gives you a little hands-off break and kinda keeps them in learning mode.
Yes. Yeah, yep, I have that as one of the things that we would do too is, you know, try out a new maybe coding or
Yeah.
try out a new typing class or something, just maybe a half an hour here and there where they can dive into it but, it kinda gives you a break from you having to be the teacher. Um, or even taking um, a class from someone, like a
Mhm.
woodworking class
Yep.
or a gardening class or a sewing class um it's a great time to say, maybe let's switch our learning modes or our curriculum, quote, flavors. Let's try out student led learning. Let's try out unit studies.
Mhm.
Let's try something during the summer just
Yeah.
to see if it works. You can, adopt it in the fall.
Right. Also, if you're a mom who's just burnt out, you can look at other things to do with your kids, like summer camp. Send them to church summer camp if you could, or I know we have Skull Island around here,
Okay, yeah.
or a day, not like a day camp for a few weeks and let them, hang out with some other kids, make some friends. I know our kids went to camp one year and they they had to spend their own money to do it because I wanted them to have have a little,
Skin in the game.
yeah, excitement to go.
Okay.
Like I did this for me, and they all came home and wish they hadn't spent their It was so hot and they were miserable. They hated it. But uh
Where was it, like a local?
no, it was up in northern Michigan.
Oh.
And it was just the cabins didn't have air conditioning. There was no getting away, and it was the only cool day was the like, coolish weather-wise day was the day that they decided that they had to do Water Wars because it was Water War Wednesday or whatever. So it was, like, 50 and they're running in all
Mhm.
this cold, but every other day was, like, 95 and there was no water. It was just fields, and it was just not their thing.
Was that put on, like, through the church? Did they
Yes.
go together as church? Okay.
Yes.
Alright.
And then, Levi was in elementary school and the girls were in middle high school. And so they were separated. And Levi did not enjoy the fact that he could see them across the field, but he could not talk to them or, it was not their jam. It was so funny. They came out of the woods to the car. And they kind of looked like Bigfoot. Her hair was everywhere. It was. They got in the car and they shut the door and they told their dad where their luggage was. It was, "Go get it, dad. I'm ready to go."
That's so funny.
Um, but it may be your child's jam, so try it out. It was a good learning experience. Um, you can there's it seems like every local church now has a VBS
Mhm.
program,
Yep.
so maybe you can get a little break and send your kid to VBS at a local church.
Mhm. A lot of the, local metro parks, I feel like, have the hands-on
Mm,
kind of, like, nature study situations happening now.
yes,
Yep.
yes. You can do park days with your
Mhm.
local homeschool group. A lot of the homeschool co-ops and stuff have gatherings all summer, book sales, used curriculum sales, anything like that to kind of go and just have a few hours out of the house and just kind of find some new things that maybe will benefit you for the next year and maybe possibly, you know, inexpensive curriculum choices. Backyard ballistics right now is a great thing to do, all your backyard experiments. Yeah, yeah. Um, Ride your bikes, go to a local rail trail, just be active. Um, Work on cutting down on your social media, background noise, and just absorb quiet.
Yeah.
We tend to not have a lot of quiet.
Switch back over to flip phones. I'm
Th-
thinking about it.
Are you really? Yeah, you could. That definitely would be one. Um, but don't be afraid to rest and just be bored
Yeah.
and teach your children how to entertain themselves.
Yeah.
I feel like we get into this, well, our child needs to go from co-op to dance to, home to bed to do it all again tomorrow. And there's not a lot of time to just sit back and just kind of put your feet up. And
Yeah.
the summer is the best time to kind of reset everything and maybe decide that, do we really need all of these activities? Or can we cut some and cut the family budget and, just kind of save some time and money?
Mhm.
Um, Maybe we won't feel so burned and next spring if we cut these things out. And but that's not necessarily, some things aren't for everybody.
Yeah. Some people love that go, 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 go.
Yeah.
I have some cousins that are like that. They just go, 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 go.
I tend to have that right now, but I tend to not like that.
Okay.
And so I like to have the evening where you're just kind of chilling,
Mhm.
but it's not happening at the moment. Uh, did you limit electronics during the summer?
Yeah, probably, but I feel like we kind of limited the electronics throughout the year. I tried to really I think I've mentioned before that I had a neighbor who didn't let her daughters watch TV through the week,
Mhm.
so I probably tried to continue that
We
just through
had
the
the
year.
rule of no TV during the school year, no TV till after 5. But then in the summer, it was even almost, no TV. There was a lot of days that they would maybe come in for the afternoon, the peak hot, and just kind of chill for a little while, maybe watch a quick show. But after that, they were like, I want to go back outside.
Yeah.
So they were so much more um, we had a lot of kids in the neighborhood and they would just all gang up and go from house to house to house and play. So they didn't have a lot of TV time in the summer. We definitely limited it to like, nope, you can go outside and play. You
Mhm.
can go out there and figure out something to do. I
Mhm.
don't care if you dig ditches in the rain. I don't care what you do, but you're going to be outside.
Yeah.
It- and like we've said millions of times, we're in Michigan. So outside commodity is we don't get a ton of outside. So it's like you got to be outside when it's nice. Like, it's just not it's not every day like maybe Florida.
Yeah.
um, Other things you can do is you can volunteer. There's a lot of community groups that are looking for people to sort food for a food pantry, or there's a local program here where they put together buckets of products for people that have maybe been in a flood or
Oh, was that coffee shop?
yeah, the
Yeah.
disaster relief at work, I think is the name of it. It's run by last I checked, I don't know if I have this 100% accurate, but I think it's run by police officers and firemen,
Oh, really?
and they get together and then they fill up these 5-gallon buckets with maybe paper towel, toilet paper,
Did you go
cleaning
there and do
supplies.
that?
Yeah.
And then does each bucket have the same thing? Like, each bucket has a roll of paper towel, it has,
Mhm.
the same stuff?
Mhm. And I remember we sorted donated plastic bags,
Okay.
and they had women that would come in.
Oh, I remember that. Wasn't didn't we do that for a co-op class? You guys
Yeah.
were, like, weaving
Yeah.
plastic bag,
For like a mat.
cots? Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, like a cot. Yeah, but they were just we could lay them on the ground so that they kept the weather and the dew off of them
Okay.
when they were homeless.
I'll link that in the description if you're interested. You can do a little research on it.
Yeah, yeah. Um, one other thing that we made a point of doing a lot is going to the farmer's market
Mhm.
and picking out something maybe we wanted to grow that we didn't know how it was gonna turn out, and so it was exciting for them to go out every morning and water it and see how much if it was getting flowers and if it was the whole gardening process is such a wonder to kids and, you know, coming where your food comes from versus Kroger,
Yeah.
or Meijer or
Even
wherever
the
you
taste
shop.
difference, like, I'm new into gardening.
Yeah.
Just the difference in flavors,
Mhm.
insane.
Yes.
And I know if I was to talk to my old self, I wish I had gardened with the kids. Like, I
Mhm.
didn't realize how amazing gardening was
Mm.
and how much, like, creation and the ecosystem of a garden, like, it is unbelievable. Like, I wish so bad I had done that with the kids. But, if I could go back to my old self and tell my old self, just do it as an experiment. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like, I
Right.
think we have it in our head that we have to grow perfect tomatoes or we have to do things perfect, and it just do it. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect. You just have to do it.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a big garden. It
Mm-mm.
can be a little, garden you buy. It could be a fire pit you buy at
Mhm.
Tractor Supply, and you just fill it with dirt and, in a corner. I don't have a huge yard, either do you, and we find a little corner and
Yeah.
we make it work.
I, just started straw bale gardening, so if
Mhm.
you can get your hands on one straw bale, you can grow so much
Yeah.
in one straw bale.
Yeah, it's gardening was always one of my younger kids' favorite activities. My older kids, we didn't garden when they were little, and they're starting to get into it even now. So, Ashton's my little gardener, and she is passing out tomato plants left and right to her siblings, like, "Here, grow this, here, grow this. I don't have a room, you have to grow this." Um, so it's always a good thing to talk to the local farmers.
Mhm.
I mean, they are so friendly and they're so chatty and they will learn all the flower names and just learn what they can grow and let them pick something.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll love eggplant if they get to grow one. It does help expand their food, horizons
Mhm.
too because they got to grow it.
Yeah, and even if they aren't interested in trying eggplant or any of the vegetables that you grow, you can give them away, take them to church.
Mhm.
Give them to your friends, give them to your family, see if a local food bank will take, the fresh veggies.
Or even can them
Mhm.
or preserve them, pickle them, whatever.
Yeah.
There's so many things you can learn to do we're the lifelong learners.
Yeah.
You're still learning
Yep.
every day. So, keeping the kids busy and resetting your own mind for the
Mhm.
summer. Did you have any books that you would recommend
Well,
for?
I was actually gonna transition into one fun thing that we did love doing over the summer was all the different book programs.
Okay.
Um, I know that the local library always had a great book program. The Pizza Hut Book It program, I think it's called, where you, read so many books, you got a free pizza.
Mhm.
But there's so many of them now. I think Panda Express has one, Barnes& and Noble has it, and then I think I just read, like, some of because I think it's a franchise, so it's not a corporate thing,
Mhm.
so it might depend on the location, but the Nothing Bundt Cakes or whatever, I think they do a Book It program.
Oh.
So there's so many different things that you can do.
Yeah, and it encourages them to,
Mhm.
you know, "Hey, we're gonna have pizza on Friday. Read your book."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Um, but do you have any book ideas for moms who
Oh,
need a reset and they need
encouragement.
yeah, encouragement or they need I wanna look into something else. Like I know the Thomas Edison education book is a good one. I know John Gatto, he's got a couple. What are they? I have not read it yet, but I thought this one looks really good, and it was called Tired of Being Tired.
I listen to a lot of his stuff. I shouldn't say a lot. I listened to one of his books. It was an audio.
Dumbing Us Down. Did you listen to
I
that
think
one?
that's what I listened to.
Yes, that was a very good one. Weapons of Mass Instruction. I think I listened to part of that. I have not finished that one. And then the Underground History of American Education. Those are
I think that
all
maybe that's the one I listened to. I'm not sure
okay.
which one, but I'll have to, I mean, it's so interesting.
Yeah. And it encourages you to continue
Mhm.
because the alternative is where he quit. Like he was a public school teacher and he quit.
Yeah.
Um, and he was a good public school teacher. Like he had awards and all kinds of
Yeah.
different, you know, teacher of the year type things. And he just couldn't take it anymore. So those might be some good ideas for mom as well to kind of recharge yourself.
Mhm.
And um, the Teaching from Rest, I think, is a book that a lot of
A
people
lot of people
recommend.
love that book.
Yeah, this is a good time to take a break and analyze your style, your philosophy,
Mhm.
and maybe revamp it so that you're not so burned out all the time. Um, Burnout happens. I mean, you're not gonna avoid it necessarily because life happens
Mhm.
and maybe it's just a lot going on. But it definitely a book or 2 sometimes can really change your perspective and, maybe go out with some of your mom friends and, you know, talk to them about what they're doing, especially if they homeschool, "What are you gonna do next year?" "Oh, that sounds like good. Maybe we should do that together, and maybe we should,
Yeah.
you know, work on our schedule for next year and say, "Okay, let's do this one together. Let's do, history Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Friday get together and do a craft or a project." That's always a good way to kinda spread the workload. I really don't have that much left on my sheet here, so do you have anything else on yours?
No, I don't. Just do what you need to do over the summer. If you need to take a little break, take a little break. If you want the kids to continue to be active in some kind of learning.
Well, and I know a lot of people do sports over the summer, like they
Yeah.
do T-ball or they do baseball or
Mhm.
maybe swim lessons. All of those things can give you a break, but you're still learning, you're still staying active. And I think that's half of the battle is just shifting your mind to, okay, how can we do this, but yet not feel like it's just September through May? It's
Yeah.
just a little slight difference in our approach. Get out there to those book sales and entrepreneurial sales that I know we have one tomorrow, and we have so many kids that have been working so hard to make their little crafts and get ready for this. It's so cute seeing some of the moms have been sending me pictures of, "Hey, what do you think?" And I'm like, "Oh, I just can't wait. I'm gonna go broke tomorrow. I'm gonna have to buy one of everything."
That's really
But
fun.
it's just a good thing for them to, geography fairs and all those things just make learning more.
You can even, try to coordinate something like that for just your family.
Mhm,
You can do an entrepreneur fair, invite your aunts and uncles and grandpa, or a little science fair and invite, you know, even each other.
mhm,
You know, if you have homeschooling friends, you can do something small with just the little group of you.
mhm. There's so many things to just take a breather, take time. Take time for yourself, take time for the kids, and just enjoy each other. I mean, if you can go on vacation, do it. There's so many good places to go see. I love looking at the map and like, okay, where could we go?
We could go to Beaver Island.
That one's not going to be like relaxing. So,
Well, enjoy your summer.
yeah, you
I
too.
mean, we'll see each other, but
Yeah, yeah, it's going to be fun.
so this has been a whole year since we've been done with
Yeah,
graduating our kids.
that's true.
It's
That's
crazy.
true. That is a long, and it flew by.
It did.
Like it didn't even feel like I wasn't schooling.
Yeah.
This is, I guess, being so involved, but it is special.
Yeah, it is.
So,
All right. Well,
all
you enjoy.
all right, we'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.